In elementary school, I'd say around somewhere between being 5 to 11. I had traveled periodically through the segregated South. And from a child who lives in the North, who goes to school with African American children and children of color, it was weird for us to say, just like many people will tell you, to see a water fountain that said colored. We thought, does that mean it's Kool-Aid? You know, and then there's no good explanation that any parent could ever give a child, like, why is this way? So that sort of, coupled with, you know, Dr. King and watching the civil rights movement on TV, brought it to our living room. We kids were aware of it at age 10. The hope that John F. Kennedy brought, and he had kids who were our age, all that kind of joy of things should be equal and they should be fair and everyone should have a great opportunity, just like we had the opportunity, I think kind of led to my also believing that I would become a lawyer because I wanted to change the world and make it right. Okay. Still working on it. The first year I was in college were the demonstrations that shut down Michigan State because they mined Haiphong Harbor. So this was at the very end of the protests for the Vietnam War. And so as a student, you were always very involved in everything. I went to Michigan State in 1971, in the fall of 1971. Title IX was passed and went into effect in 1972. So I was a field hockey player. Michigan State is a huge, as everyone knows, Division I sports monolith, but not in women's sports, although there were many, many women athletes. But you know, the men's hockey team, the men's football team, they jetted around. And so my second year at Michigan State, when I played field hockey, we actually got shoes, we got Michigan State warm-ups, and we also, I think, got a bus to go to games. Otherwise, we had to drive ourselves there. I didn't have a car, so I always had to mooch rides with people. Also at Michigan State, although I will admit they made this better, they made it right later, was that only male athletes earned the Michigan State S by being a varsity athlete. They later went back, years later, and gave all of us who were varsity athletes, who were female, happened to be female, we got our S's.